afternoon. Good afternoon. To the mayor, Dr. Poe, Dr. Brown. I'm not having a sweetheart. Let me say that this is certainly a great day in HBC, especially SWAC football. Having played here back in my day, and Alcorn and Grambling have always been two of the conference teams that set the stage for SWAC. And we always knew that if you beat Alcorn early, they'll beat out late. Well, now he's still back in that field. Y'all put Detroit in that field. So used to have back there when it was illegal practice. But I think they blocked it off now. But let me say this. Now, I want to introduce a couple people with Eugene Williams. We call him Catfish. Catfish is one of my teammates at Grambling back in the day. Got a young guy who I just hired on my staff as offensive coordinator. This is the only guy that I know that has had 3 jobs in 30 days and coached anybody. And Myron Brown, offensive coordinator. Myron also played for me, coached for me, but early, about 30 days ago, he was running back coach at Prairie View. And he left Prairie View to become the offensive coordinator for Melvin Spears. But he decided to come home. Let me say this, when you talk about Melvin Spears, I never knew him as Melvin, I always knew him as Newton. And, that's the only thing I do. I spend most of my summers in Clinton. And, a lot of people see him with his dark glasses on, they look at it as arrogant. But people who really know him know that it's a condition from a medical standpoint. So we all understand why he wore those glasses and called himself the butcher. So, we're going to be looking forward to playing the butcher. But let me say this. I grew up in Clinton in his house. His mama cakes. He grew up in Zachary in my house. My mama's red beans. It's going to be a great day for not only Grambling and Alcorn, but also for both our families who get an opportunity to see history. And I understand Melvin coached for me for 6 years. We won 3 championships, 3 national championships, 3 straight SWAC with Melvin as part of the staff. And when I left Melvin to go, he won the championship. So I think we both kind of know each other. And I know the presidents and the AD did their bragging. But I think from a coaching standpoint, it's all about let's see. And he probably brought his best weapon with him today. I think he brought his quarterback with him just to show off. I think we're and then he got my quarterback and his quarterback coaching him. He got Bruce Eugene's coaching him. So therefore, that's what you know what this is going to be about. But we're fortunate at Grambling. And I came back last week and at the press conferences, like one I did a radio show in Monroe that Friday, and the guy told me this is the first time he ever been to a press reunion. And that's what it felt like last week. And the coaching staff is going to be kind of like a reunion too, because we're fortunate enough to bring Sammy White back, who I played with. We got Melvin Brown, like I said, who played at Grambling. E.L. Williams, who coached the defensive line, who played at Grambling. Andre Robinson, who's the assistant head coach, played at Grambling. I played at Grambling. I'm fortunate enough to bring a guy by the name of Calvin Pearson as our part-time coach who played at Grambling 8 years in the National Football League. So there's going to be 6 Grambling guys on the coaching staff. And we didn't pick those guys because they just went to Grambling. We picked those guys because we felt like they're the best we got out there, and I think they know Grambling more than anything. They understand what Grambling's all about. I've always said that Grambling is a unique place, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. So, as the cards say, we are Grambling, and that's what we got to continue to be. The Grambling State University that not only the world knows, but they know a little bit about Grambling and Marvin, Mississippi. So we want them to understand that we still Grambling. And it's going to be a great day. We should have a great crowd. Like I say, I don't know, it ain't the Hatfield in McCall. It ain't a bloodbath, but it is to cousins. It should be a great day on September the 3rd at Independent Bowl with Alcorn State and Grambling State University play football game. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First I'd like to give my obedience to God who's the head of my life, to our outstanding presidents, to our outstanding institution, to the Tiger folks. To our mayor who's done an excellent job. One of the things we talked about, and I wasn't even coaching in any other place, I had an opportunity to give out an award. And we talked about the Red River Classic, the Four City Classic, just bringing them back. And I told them if I ever got an opportunity to go to Alcorn, that would be the first thing on our agenda. Certainly the Brave Nation is rallying around that. Certainly the Tiger Nation, because if you think about it in time, you think about where we are, you think about what it used to be. You know, it's the Godfather against the legendary Eddie Robinson. When you think about it was James Harris against, Marvin Weeks. Then it came down to Doug Williams against the guys that we had over there. You had Big Hand Johnson, we had the Prices, you had Everson Wall, we had Ronell Young, and Leslie Frazier, just to name a few of the folks that participated in this game. Certainly, it's a major league family affair, but I can assure you one thing, like Coach said, it won't be a bloodbath. If we thinking like we're thinking, all our folks will be sitting in the same place, where it's all kind of same about who's doing what, and it's going to be pulling for both of us. But the thing is that it's like the old man said, come Saturday, on that particular day, the peace dove will fly out the window. I can assure you of that. To our president, who I think is a visionary and has done an excellent job with our institution, doing the things that we look forward to moving our school to another level, to our chief of staff who talked digitally about just having an opportunity to come over here and be part of a game that has great history. And in the great history making, Ms. Square came and brought it in. She said, I don't know if we can make it happen right away. I said, well, long ago I had an opportunity to talk to the mayor. And Lord behold, Mr. Dawson came in and he said that Grambling wanted us to come to the Four City Classic. It's fitting. When you think about the blessings that we have, this is just a blessing. We talked about it. In the midst of being here, brings along this blessing of two great institutions. So the government give not only bring revenue to the city, but revenue to both institutions. That's really, at the end of the day, that's really what it boils down to. Now, we're going to put on this purple and gold. And certainly, like Coach said, we're going to come out, we're going to fight for 60 straight minutes. And we're going to let the chips fall where they may. But I had an opportunity to get in for 2 or 3 weeks. And we brought on some folks. Our coach have already introduced our quarterback. Our quarterback's a freshman. We called him the freshman sensation. We said that we had an opportunity to have Fred McNair, who did a great job at Alcorn State. Then we had an opportunity to have Aaron McNair too, which was Steve McNair, who took it to another level. Right now we have Air County. Get on board with Air County all the way. Certainly our task is to get some outstanding players around here and do some things as well. Now the next young man I'm going to introduce to you, I've been trying to figure out this guy for 3 weeks. They call him Rambo Coach. I'm riding down the street, I see him, I stop, they call him 1/3. I said, what do you mean by 1/3? He said, 2/3 of the earth is water. It's covered by water. He said the other 1/3 is covered by water. He plays on the corner. We call him his Knox, Jeremy Knox. A little short story about him right quick. We had an opportunity to play Byron Brown and I was playing at Alabama State when we played Alcorn. And we kept trying to run by this guy. And I said, Coach, we got this guy. He'll come back to the sidelines, he'll tell Coach. Every time. So it tells you a whole lot about this guy's character and things that he's done. Certainly we look forward to having an outstanding year and coming over to to the Port City Classic and representing like we're supposed to. For the folk that don't know, when we start talking about the New Orleans Saints, start talking about where they started, who that is from. I want you guys to understand that who that originated at Alcorn State University. We started talking about who that for a long time. So in 1974, we had an opportunity to come over here and do a very, very good job. We played again in '79. I had an opportunity to come over. We did a good job. We took care of business when we came over here. And certainly we look forward to doing the same thing when we come over here. From a family perspective, I think it's a major blessing just to have not only a guy that was my mentor, a guy I looked up to, my hero, and then had an opportunity to come along and coach with him. And then to look out and see two of our other mentors, Coach Ellis and Coach Porter, that says a whole lot about what the Grambling and the Alcorn family is all about. This year really is about family. But when we come in here on Saturday, it's going to be family. We're going to play for 60 straight minutes, and we certainly expect to be on the long end.
But just take us through, getting back into the mix in a classic atmosphere like this, as opposed to, playing at home or playing against a team that you're overmatched or that you overmatched. Just break it down for us a little bit about just playing such an important game right out of the chute.
Well, I've been out of the rim for the last 6 years, working for Buccaneers and personnel. Melvin still been in it. But I felt like I just fell off the bicycle and I'm back on riding, being back at home. So, to open up with such a rivalry and know how important this game is as far as trying to get to Birmingham at the end of the year. I think we both understand what's at hand as far as the conference is concerned. I'm sure that everybody in the conference will be looking at this game first. Back in 1998, first game I coached at Grambling State University was against Alcorn State.
I think it's going to be very, very exciting. When we thought about it, we got over there, we looked at the schedule. And at that particular time, Doug had not been hired over at Grambling State. And just talking to our first order of business, we wanted that game back simply because of the fact, from a number of different reasons. It was a great game when we were here, way back to the old times knew it. It was revenue speaks for itself. Certainly the rivalries of Marino Castle, Eddie Robinson, all the great players that participated in both schools will bring that mystique back to where we are. So we hit the ground running. We got an opportunity to get in on Tuesday. We went out and we recruited 37 players that we had to get in one day just to get ready for the opening of the Port City Classic. So I can assure you that one of the things that we've done is that we've started our process already of being in the big games. And when you think about the big games right here, you think about, Coach Whitney doesn't get any better being an MVP of the Super Bowl, having an opportunity to play in the Bayou Classic. And I've had the opportunity to play in the Bayou Classic as well, playing some other big games. So when you think about those two combinations, it can't be anything but success. And we're looking for it on a long term. I just like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Foles and all the Grambling folks for bringing Doug Williams back. Because I think Doug Williams not only is important to Grambling State University, but I think he's even more important to our conference and what the things that we're trying to accomplish when you think about notoriety and things of that nature. So that's what makes this thing so big and so important.
Thank you, man. Dr. Poe mentioned about College J. Nicholson, but he failed to mention that not only what College does for the class, but College also was inducted to the White College Football Hall of Fame last week. Along with myself and Willie Davis, so last week was a great week for Grambling State University.
Coach Spears, you were a fan when you were over at Grambling talking about hanging 80 on people, hanging 100 on somebody. I don't know if it was the peace dove, but there was a little birdie that said that you mentioned that there's 2 games you want to win this year, and one of those, of course, will be Grambling, and you'd love to hang 80 on. Can you kind of address that?
I think the rationale for us right now is we're going through a rebuilding process. Great class.
Wait a minute. Let them be answer. He want to hang 80 on.
how many seniors are you bringing back this year?
You know, I really don't know. I haven't been over to Rockland. I had a chance to meet with the guys on last Wednesday, just talked with them, didn't find out who seniors, but they all going to be out of school starting today. So for the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, the coaching staff and I will go over the whole roster to find out who's who, so we can get ready for. Now we're a little bit behind, you know, but I don't want to think we hadn't been working out. They've been working, and they've been working. But we had to put our whole team together. They've been on the field probably with dummy balls and everything else. No, I don't know yet, but we lost some guys. Of course, we lost 1,500 yards from Frank Warren. And I think that in itself speaks volume. You know, we lost one of the best special team guys in Kiara Thompson. So, you know, we got to do some work to try to find out who's going to replace those guys.
Don't worry, I can let you know who's coming back. There's 27 guys over there, certainly 2 great running backs that they had. Won't be there anymore. 15 won't be there. He missed Charlie Brewer and the whole
You took the wrong team.
It's all about knowing your opponent. If you know where they are, know who they are, certainly you can prepare.
That's good. We do know one thing. And I talked to Coach O'Shea the other day. We do know they got a quarterback.
Doug, I know you're going to be coaching your son, Grambling. You haven't said anything about that. Do you have a son you're going to be coaching on this team?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you know, the thing about it, DJ hadn't put on the black gold yet. So he got to prove that we'll be coaching. So he got to know that he'll be coaching.
Cheryl Wheeler, Grambling cheerleader for 7 years. Because you know, I was one of the creators of you know. But anyway, Doug, I want to ask you, we love you, I want to ask you, do you have a date for the spring game that we usually come back?
Yeah, we do, and we intend to start spring on March 14th, which is a little week away. And spring game we got scheduled right now for April the 9th. And what we're going to try to do, we hope everybody come out, we're going to try to do it like in the evening to make sure you get all your chores done Saturday morning. So you can make the Grambling that Saturday evening.
Mayor, you mentioned there's going to be a third Port City Classic. Is that right? Do you have the details on that?
I had to get the high signs and win. This is a 2-year contract. We'll be playing this game in 2011, and we'll come back and we'll play it again in 2012. And who knows? We may be able to say this is how we kick off football in Shreveport going forward. We certainly want to do that. Now that it's so nice that we're going to do it at least twice.